doing? This is Nick Taylor of Sports Times Network alongside my website partner Dan Harrelson at the 2010 SEC Football Media Days in Birmingham. And today we have, as a continuation of our series, Women in the Sports Media, we have CC Robinson, an intern in the Georgia Athletic Department. She's also working with the SEC. How are you doing today, CC?
I'm doing awesome. You know, it's been a packed week full of good experiences, meeting a lot of good people, and, you know, able to hear coaches and their predictions on the season, and it's just been an awesome experience to be here.
Well, talk about what you do with the Georgia Athletic Department.
Okay, well, I'm a grad assistant. I'm doing my master's in journalism, mass communication at the University of Georgia, and I'm specializing in telecommunications. I have a graduate assistantship in the sports communications department under Claude Felton, so very blessed and very privileged to be able to do that and, you know, just work with the great people that I do. So that's a great experience. And then on top of that, we also, you know, are exposed to things like this, you know, SEC Media Days and other things outside of that where we're able to come and meet other people, you know, get more experience and network and, you know, just learn more skills about the business and what it takes to be in the business, and you get to see, you know, people from ESPN and all of these successful big networks, and, you know, have something to aspire to be and to look up to and aspirations, and it really very inspiring to see that people are doing what they're passionate about.
What specifically in the sports industry do you want to do? Do you have anything nailed down specifically that you would like to career-wise?
Well, I do, and it's kind of a funny story how it all came about. My undergraduate degree is in biology, and I actually wanted to go to medical school. It all started in high school. I volunteered at a hospice for children and saw how these children touched my lives and how influential they were to me, and I immediately had a connection to them, so decided I wanted to go to pediatric medicine. Wasn't exactly sure the specialty, but I knew I wanted to do pediatric medicine. So I started my degree in biology, and I decided to work in the emergency room. I thought, what better place to see if you wanted to get into medicine than actually get in there. So I worked in the emergency room at St. Mary's Hospital, which is in Athens, for 3 years. And it was, I think, about 2.5 years. I started at Northside Forsyth in Forsyth County in the ER. And then went over to St. Mary's because it was closer to school. And I loved it. I loved the atmosphere. I loved the high-paced environment. I really just flourished in that. And when it came time to apply for medical school, you know, I did my degree. I took the MCAT. I studied for it. And I just decided that I don't think medical school is the path that I should go down. So that was an interesting thing. That was right before my senior year, going into my senior year of college at UGA. Throughout my career at UGA, and I didn't do a sorority or anything, I decided that I wanted to spend that extra time giving back to the community that I was so blessed to be a part of. So I got involved with an organization called UGA Heroes, and it stands for Hearts Everywhere Reaching Out. And it was an organization started by 2 university graduates 5 years prior to that. So I think it was in its second or third year when I got there, and immediately got on the executive board. And what our organization, what UGA Heroes does, is we raise money for children in the state of Georgia who are infected or affected by HIV. And that was a very passionate cause for me, to be able to interact with these children and see how, you know, not only our money but our time that we're giving them and the love that we're giving them, how it's impacting their lives. So through that organization, Coach Rick and Coach Vince Dooley are on our board of directors, and I got to know them very well through that organization, and that's kind of how I linked to sports. I always loved sports, I always loved watching it, but I liked the business behind it, you know, the athletes, the media, all the hype. That was always something that I found very intriguing. So when I decided to make this career change, I went to Coach Dooley, who I'd gotten to know very well and who's a mentor of mine, and I said, I don't think I want to go to medical school. And he's like, what? I said, I think I want to do something with sports. But the thing is, people were like, how is that even connected? It's not, but it is to me, because the ultimate goal has always been to give back, to do something that I'm passionate about. I know I love working with children and with people, and I know I love giving back to the community. Whether that was through medicine or through doing social work or through involving myself in sports, I knew that that was the underlying ultimate goal that I wanted to do. So going into sports now, I said, okay, well, I want to get involved in the sports field, and he's the one who introduced me to Claude Felton, and that's how I got involved with Georgia Athletics. Decided to go back to school after I graduated and do my master's in journalism, and so that way I was able to have that education and that background, and also I'm able to understand the sports field while I'm doing my assistantship in the Athletic Association, which has been absolutely awesome. I could not ask for anything greater, because not only do I get to know the athletes and see how they manage being a student and an athlete at a major SEC school, but I get to know the media, I get to network with them, I get to understand their job from their perspective, and I think the most important thing is I get to see the relationship between the athletes and the media, the people that are writing about them and telling their story on a day-to-day basis or a weekly basis to the world. So I understand that relationship, and I've been able to see that, which is key.
Well, that's awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And you also have a website too, right? I
do, yes. So the ultimate goal now is I'm getting ready to graduate next May. This May coming up, 2011, and I decided to combine. I'm like, how can I combine my love of sports and my love for children and helping people? And 2 summers ago, I was sitting there when I was contemplating on what I was going to do, and I saw a story on a boy named John Chalice. It was an E60 story on ESPN, and I saw that story, and it changed the rest of my life. I cried, and I laughed, and I said, this is what I want to do. I knew I was passionate about that, so I immediately started investigating that, and E60 is what I want to do. I want to share people's stories, and they're related to sports. I want to share their stories to the rest of the world. So I said, hey, I know a bunch of local features in my own community that need to be, stories done on them. So I developed a website called Glory in the Game, and the glory has multiple meanings. The Lord is my Savior, and I declare that. And if you go to my website, you see at the bottom that I have a verse that it means something special to me from the Bible on each page. That's just something that is, the center of my life. The Lord is the center of my life, and the point of my life is to bring glory to Him, and I really feel that He's given me a talent to be able to do this. So, but Glory in the Game is a site where I am able to report local features. I'm able to share with people stories about E60 that have touched my life, and then they're able to share a story with me if they have one of somebody in their local community who is impacting their society, and that way I can go out, interview them, and talk with them, and start doing these features. Even though I don't work for E60, doesn't mean I can't still report on these people. So the ultimate goal is hopefully to work with E60 or Outside the Lines or HBO Sports with Bryant Gumbel and do something like that to show how people are impacting our world and how they're giving back.
Well, that's good stuff, and I wish more people would do that type of thing. So we'll definitely have to put a link out on our website to yours so everybody else can check it out.
Yep, it's just gloryinthegame.com.
Okay, we're out of time, actually.
Great interview on the spot.
Thank you so much.